Well, this is disappointing to see, but Robert Downey Jr. has decided to go full wokey woke, full male feminist in this absolutely cringe interview that we're going to be checking out here. And this is all following after, of course, some very crazy things that he has said recently in some other interviews, but let's go ahead and get into this and see what he has to say. Robert Downey Jr., who plays Louis Strauss in Christopher Nolan's upcoming Oppenheimer film, recently declared he believes the entire planet should be a matriarchy after filming the movie. I think he kind of missed the point of everything, but let's go ahead and get into this interview and see what he has to say here. In a recent interview about the upcoming film with the Associated Press, the outlet asked, and of course this question they asked already putting him in a corner, unfortunately. So, you know, Robert Downey Jr.'s response here is something that most people in Hollywood probably would respond with anyway, just because, you know, this is what they do, right? Unless, of course, you're Quentin Tarantino, where you don't give a flying F about the media and what they have to say about you. So let's get into this and see what Robert Downey Jr. has to say here. Oh boy.
I was curious if you took away any like commentary on like patriarchy and war.
Men's
Patriarchy. It's all about the patriarchy. The patriarchy's so bad, guys.
But think about, like, we have like Mary, Queen of Scots. You think that Mary, Queen of Scots was like a great leader? She literally just like, you know, Bloody Mary, all that stuff. Like she like, you know, Joan of Arc, you can go throughout history. You can find women throughout history that have started wars, that have continued to coax on wars, that have done brutal and murderous things. But of course, what they're basically trying to set up here is the premise that if women were in charge, there would be no wars. There would be no fighting. Let's go ahead and continue on and see what Robert Downey Jr. has to say in response here.
start wars and the
Okay, so this is what okay, listen to this.
men start wars and the entire planet should be a matriarchy. But I've never changed position on that.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. Wow, he's never changed position on that, guys. That's so incredible, so stunning. Men start wars. So basically what he's saying is women don't start wars, which is already verifiably false if you look at things that have happened in history. So this is just ridiculous, man. And this is so stupid. It's just a woke talking point. It's just a feminist talking point. Robert Downey Jr., unfortunately, is exposing himself as none other than, well, a male feminist.
So that was, you already had that going into this.
Well, this was just a triple confirmation.
So there you go, guys. Yeah. This is absolutely just ridiculous. In my opinion, I think things would be worse off if I'm going to be completely honest. Now, he did have some other great comments to say as well. So earlier in the interview, Downey Jr. stated context is so critical. The timing of the Manhattan Project, the need for it, the deployment of it, necessary or not, you can read plenty of data that would support either. But regardless, the why can be debated. But the here we are now, that's the cold hard truth. It's arguable that we are less safe now than at the height of the Cold War. It's a lot to take in, but I think that great films are meant to humble us to the point where we can have these sorts of dialogues to begin with. And that's the thing about this, is that Robert Downey Jr. doesn't usually make these type of comments. He's actually usually someone who seems to have common sense, but every once in a while he kind of trips up and he gets into some of these really, really dumb things that he has to say, which of course I think is being pressured by the media, unfortunately. Like if he answered that question any other way, of course there would be stories about how Robert Downey Jr.
Is a sexist and he supports the patriarchy
and all this type of stuff. So he's probably trying to just cover his back, which is unfortunate that we live in this time where these actors have to live in this way. But with all that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.